Saludos amigos, Cash, your president and CEO of Cash International Luxury Real Estate. Guys, how's it going? Hope you're doing great. I want to put a quick note out there related to all of the excitement surrounding Miches and investing in Miches. I was speaking to Carlos just 2 seconds ago, and he said, Cash, I think you should put a video out there just kind of giving your 2 cents on it. What is my 2 cents on Miches? This is what I believe. If you are, and I have too many people like this, they believe that they are going to be jumping on a bandwagon here, okay? And that bandwagon is going to yield them an infinite amount of money, okay? And that's one of the risks that I don't want some people diving into. If you believe you're investing into the new Punta Cana or the future Punta Cana, and therefore you are going to reap, 10 times on your investment, guys, I just want to caution people that real estate is not a gamble, okay? You're always buying real estate based on location, location, location. Now, while Miches, you have the all-inclusive resorts, they've consumed a very strategic part of Miches. I did a video about a year ago when I went down there to stay at Club Med to do some research. Very strategic part of Miches has been consumed by the mega resorts, okay? The large resorts, the big brands that Club Med, all of them are there. That's Miches, all right? Now, what people are doing is people are getting bullish on Miches, and in that process, what they're doing is they're going further out. So you're going further out, 20 miles, 20, 30, 40, 50 miles out further, okay? In that process of getting further and further out, what you're doing is selling the dream of making a ton of money. And I think you should, if you have the extra money sitting around and you want to invest into Miches because you believe it's going to take off and it's going to explode. Guys, there's no doubt about it that the all-inclusives have consumed it. I don't think it's anywhere close to Las Terrenas. Las Terrenas is way more scalable, more beautiful, and that's why I went down there to do that comparison. Las Terrenas has the lomas that are very close to the ocean. Miches has that feel a little bit too, but not as habitable as the ones in Las Terrenas. Las Terrenas, they get you really high, and the views are stunning. Bri, for example, enjoys one of those views in Las Terrenas. Way more beaches, okay? Just endless beaches in Las Terrenas. So a comparison and the insight that I want to give is what I don't want you doing in your search for riches is to think, hey, Miches, this is new, no one knows about it, let me invest in there and I'm going to make a ton of money, just like people in Punta Cana did if they invested 50 years ago, like the Rainieri family. They came here early adopters. This is a different realm of people. This is a different realm, time and space that these people were operating within. The world has gotten smaller since then, okay? Technology has made it smaller. You're able to communicate quicker. You're able to do videos and see what's what. And in general, you're connected. You're very closely connected to other people, and you're very closely connected to parts of the world that may have not in the past been as accessible. So what's happening here is I just want you guys to think about it, and before you decide to invest into, a market that is going to happen. Now, Miches has happened for the all-inclusives, okay? For the major hotels. Different play. All-inclusives, different play. Big chunks of beaches, the most beautiful stretches of the beaches have been consumed and purchased. And if there's empty land there, guys, that has already been spoken for. Don't be fooled to think, oh, there's a ton of empty land here, we can buy something. It's not like that when I'm talking oceanfront. Now, of course, as you trickle back from the ocean and you go into into the lomas, for example, or into the jungle area, you're going to have opportunities in there, and people are going to start selling that land off. But what you have to make sure is that you understand why you're investing. If you have some extra money sitting around that you have nothing else to do with and you don't know where to invest it, great problem to have. Not too many people have that issue, but if you do, then maybe this is a play. However, if that is not the case, then guys, I think you should look at ulterior investments, okay? Look at, in that scenario where you're going to be rolling the dice and banking on the fact that Miches is going to explode, it's going to take off, I'm going to become a millionaire, or if I'm not, my kids are going to be. Guys, I don't think that's a safe bet or a safe play. You're better off investing into the stock market. You're better off investing into cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin, Ethereum. You're better off doing that than gambling on on land or opportunities that are past Miches, around Miches, unless you, again, are sitting on millions of dollars and you can consume a massive chunk of land for, $15 million, okay, it's a different play, but you're a different kind of investor. For your average, everyday retail investors, I think there's better opportunity, okay? There's better opportunity in Vista Cana. There's better opportunity in Punta Cana, in Cap Cana, specifically comparison. If you're comparing geographies and the layout of the land, Las Terrenas, guys, all day long if you're going to compare the two, okay? I think Las Terrenas is going to become the spot where you want to own individual property, where people are going to come and you're not competing with the all-inclusives. That's what makes Las Terrenas amazing. You're not competing with that all-inclusive that's going to feed people for 7 days and give them as much booze as possible for 7 days, include their airfare, and do it dirt cheap, okay? That's not the space that you want to be competing in. Where you want to compete is in the Las Terrenas market. You want to be able to get that condo where you're not competing with an all-inclusive. Have that 2-bedroom, beautiful oceanfront, okay? Or get yourself up on a Loma, for example, Bonita Hills. We have a few options in there. That was one of my signature projects back in the day when I first got started. But we have some resales in there. That's an amazing opportunity. Overlooking Playa Bonita, okay? You've got Comfort Tour. You got all these advantages. Right next to that is going to be the new Jumbo that's opening up. A major grocery store chain is opening up in Las Terrenas. So what you want to do is you don't want to go off, guys. The Dominican Republic's a big country. There's a lot of uncharted territory. If you're a retail investor, don't be the one blazing that trail, because it's expensive and it takes a lot of time and a lot of guts and a lot of fortitude to do that. Okay, so while you're hearing a lot of hype about Miches, Miches is, the coin phrase of the internet. Everybody's Miches, Miches, Miches. I get it. The hype is there, but I just want to caution you to, take a step back and think about why you're investing. Think about what your return on your investment is going to be, and more importantly, when is that return on your investment going to happen, and when is it going to start to cash flow for you? Don't take risks, unnecessary risks in this market. The market in the Dominican Republic is hot. You can take safer bets by betting on areas that are developed, where there's infrastructure in place, okay, like the markets I'm talking about. If you love the beauty of Miches, guys, and think about Las Terrenas, I truly think that is a way smarter play, and it's very scalable growth-wise. We have, I think the number last I checked was about 2,500 units coming, being completed in the next year. Okay, that's a lot. 5,000 in the next couple years. That is when airlines start to pay attention. That's when the major hotels start to pay attention. That's when people really start to dial in and dive into that market. So, guys, keep that in mind, please. And I hope you guys are doing well. Please remember, love where you live, and don't take unnecessary risks. No reason for it. Reach out to me. Myself, my team will help you out in this process. My name is Cash, President and CEO of Cash International Luxury Real Estate. The ones that coined the phrase, love where you live. Talk to you soon.